I feel like I a lot of times am that scene of Lorelai Gilmore in Gilmore Girls, the monkey monkey underpants scene, which if you are a fan of Gilmore Girls, you're probably familiar with the scene I'm talking about. But basically, whoever it is she's talking to, she takes them through kind of the train of thought in her head of how she gets from one thing to another, and none of the things make sense, but in her brain they do. And that's what happens to me a lot of the times. Like, I'll be in a conversation with someone and then I'll go, "Oh, yeah, and, like, speaking of firecrackers," and they'll be like, "The fuck? We were talking about, like, eating chocolate pudding for a snack later." And I'll have to be like, "I mean, firecrackers because you said this thing which reminded me of this, and then I went to this." And, like, I will if I actually explain it out loud, I will have had 16 different conversations in my brain in those 5 seconds that, to me, it made complete sense of how I got from chocolate pudding to firecrackers, but to a normal person, it never would. I used to actually do this to my ex-boyfriend. I used to say, like, "Oh, speaking of whatever," and he'd be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "Do you wanna know the path of how I got there?" And he's like, "Please." And I'll tell him the path of how my thoughts got from that to speaking of that, and he's like, "I don't know how your brain works." And I'm like, "I don't either, but it made sense to me."
My brain is a wild jungle full of scary gibberish.